Many hopeful gardeners wonder why their efforts fall short of their dreams. Was it the soil, the watering, or perhaps planting on the wrong day? In truth, most failures have little to do with the moon and much more to do with the earth and weather. Too often, gardeners feel pressured to follow strict rules and lunar calendars, turning joy into anxiety. I want to offer reassurance. Gardening is about observation, not obligation. Over the years, I've learned to trust the seasons and the soil above all else. Flexibility is a gardener's greatest tool. We'll explore why moon planting can help you pay attention, but why clinging to it too rigidly can lead you astray. By the end, I hope you'll feel empowered to put down the charts and pick up your trowel with confidence, whenever the time feels right for you and your garden. Planting by the moon is an ancient practice, rooted in a time when people lived closely with nature's cycles. It encourages us to observe the sky and be mindful of natural rhythms, a good thing for any gardener. The core idea is that the moon's gravity affects soil moisture, supposedly helping seeds and roots at different phases. For beginners, a lunar calendar can provide structure and routine, turning gardening into a thoughtful, cyclical process. I followed these traditions myself, and they gave me a sense of connection and purpose. But as my experience grew, I noticed a disconnect between the calendar's rigid rules and the unpredictable reality of my garden. The moon may be constant, but the weather and soil have their own plans. True gardening success comes from responding to what's happening in your own backyard, not just the sky. The problem with rigid systems like moon planting is that nature doesn't follow a script. A lunar calendar might say it's the perfect day to sow carrots, but if the soil is waterlogged or frozen, your seeds will fail. Weather is unpredictable, and your garden's microclimate matters more than any universal timetable. Good gardeners read the land, not just the sky. Flexibility lets you act when conditions are right, not just when the calendar says so. The best time to plant is when the soil is ready, not when a chart dictates. Your plants will thank you for it. Soil is the foundation of every garden, and its readiness is determined by temperature and moisture. Seeds respond to the warmth and dampness of the earth, not distant lunar pulls. In my garden, perfect conditions can arrive before or after the lunar calendar suggests. Sowing into cold or wet soil leads to rot and failure, no matter what the moon says. Tools like a soil thermometer give you real, useful information. Squeeze a handful of earth. If it's muddy, it's too wet. If it's dusty, it's too dry. The ideal soil is moist and crumbly. When both temperature and texture are right, that's your true planting window. Practical experience and observation always beat esoteric charts. Trust your senses. They're your best guide. Strip away tradition, and seed germination is pure biology. Seeds need water, oxygen, and the right temperature. Nothing mystical about it. Water softens the seed coat and activates enzymes. Oxygen fuels growth. Temperature triggers germination. Each plant has its own optimal temperature range, based on its evolutionary history. Sowing a tomato in cold soil is futile, regardless of the moon. Scientific studies show the moon's phase has no significant effect on germination or growth. Focus on what you can control: soil warmth, moisture, and fertility. These are the real keys to success. Rigid gardening calendars can turn joy into stress. Missing a prescribed planting day shouldn't make you feel guilty. Seeds don't know the date, only the conditions. Sowing a few days late in good soil is better than rushing on a bad day. Intuition is a gardener's greatest asset. It grows with experience and observation. Calendars can distract you from the real cues in your garden. Nature is forgiving. Seeds want to grow. Focus on creating the right environment, not chasing a perfect date. Free yourself from the tyranny of the calendar, and you'll find more joy and success. The real drivers of a successful garden are healthy soil, water, light, and the right plant choices. Soil is a living ecosystem. Feed it with compost and organic matter to support plant health. Good soil structure balances moisture and drainage, providing roots with what they need. Water and light are crucial. Get them right for each plant. Overwatering or underwatering can harm plants, so can planting sun lovers in shade. Choose plants suited to your climate and soil. When you match plants to your conditions, gardening becomes easier and more rewarding. These fundamentals matter far more than any lunar cycle. Focus on them, and your garden will flourish. If moon planting brings you joy or structure, keep it, but treat it as a guide, not a rule book. Use the calendar as a prompt, but trust your own judgment and the real conditions in your garden. With experience, you'll develop your own rhythm, noticing seasonal cues unique to your patch of earth. This personal almanac is more valuable than any generic chart. Gardening is a partnership, a dance with nature, not a march to a fixed beat. Flexibility lets you adapt and respond to what your garden needs. A seed sown with care and good soil at a good time will almost always grow. That's where true satisfaction lies. The greatest lesson from the garden is to trust the earth, the seasons, and life's resilience. Success comes from responding to the living world, not following rigid plans. The best guides are the sun, the soil, and the sounds of nature. Real control comes from understanding and cooperating with your garden's needs. Focus on healthy soil, weather, and plant choices. The day you plant matters less than you think. Be gentle with yourself. Nature is forgiving and always offers another chance. The magic is in nurturing life, not in following a calendar. Let your garden be a place of peace and learning. Trust your hands, your eyes, and your intuition. Your plants and your spirit will thrive.